I know that it's easy to lose sight of this truth, to become cynical and doubtful, consumed with the petty and the trivial. But in my life, I have also learned that hope is found in unlikely places, that inspiration often comes not from those with the most power or celebrity, but from the dreams and aspirations of ordinary Americans who are anything but ordinary.
Barack Obama in 2004 was totally unknown. People were saying, I don't know who this guy is. I wonder why they picked him.
He had this reputation as a bit of an upstart, as sort of a young, rising figure in the party, but no one knew who this guy was. This was his chance to introduce himself to people.
Tonight is a particular honor for me because, let's face it, my presence on this stage is pretty unlikely. My father was a foreign student, born and raised in a small village in Kenya.
Three things that Obama does that really makes that speech effective. He wants concrete detail. He likes story, and he loves antithesis, the use of repetition and structure to show contrast. There is not a liberal America or a conservative America. There is one America.
There is. Well, I say to them tonight, there is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America. In the end, that's what this election is about. Do we participate in a politics of cynicism, or do we participate in a politics of hope? It's the hope of slaves sitting around a fire singing freedom songs. The hope of immigrants setting out for distant shores. The hope of a young naval lieutenant bravely patrolling the Mekong Delta. The hope of a mill worker's son who dares to defy the odds. The hope of a skinny kid with a funny name who believes that America has a place for him too.
Em 2007, estado de Illinois, o discurso em que anunciou que seria candidato a presidente. Um frio de rachar. As 15 mil pessoas cedem aos encantos do líder. Ele diz, eu sei que está gelado, mas eu estou pegando fogo. Foi no escritório que Barack Obama começou a se envolver ativamente na defesa de direitos civis. Tornou-se líder de comunidades pobres da periferia de Chicago. Nesta aqui, ele comandou uma campanha para acabar com o amianto na construção de casas populares. O produto é acusado de ser cancerígeno e foi usado até nas paredes. Mas agora, para os moradores, as expectativas mudaram de grandeza. Esperam do homem que expulsou o amianto uma revolução em suas vidas. É natural que as expectativas sejam tão grandes. Barack Obama não é apenas o primeiro presidente negro. É alguém que eles conhecem. Estava sempre por aí, bem próximo dos seus problemas. Foi das áreas mais carentes da cidade e saíram os votos que elegeram Obama senador estadual em Illinois por 3 vezes. Mas foi em 2004, quando foi eleito para o Senado Federal, que Obama começou a virar a nova sensação política do país. Este país vai cumprir sua promessa, e fora dessa longa escuridão política, um dia mais claro chegará. Sim, nós podemos. A frase, que já se tornou um lema repetido a toda hora pelo novo presidente, indica que ele acha assim que poderá fazer um país diferente, mesmo em tempos difíceis.
Yes, we can. Thank you. I stand before you today to announce my candidacy for President of the United States of America. And standing up with courage, they somehow managed to change the world. Yes, we can.
Barack Obama has won the Iowa caucuses.
You have done what the cynics said we couldn't do.
He's the first candidate we've ever seen who had an organization that brought together the internet and community organizing.
It makes me care and he makes me want to get up and go and do something with my life.
The next Vice President, Joe Biden.
I move Senator Barack Obama be selected by this convention as the nominee of the Democratic Party for President of the United States.
I accept your nomination for presidency of the United States.
Small-town mayor is sort of like a community organizer, except that you have actual responsibilities.
A fist bump, a pound, a terrorist fist jab?
Fist bump, please.
Oh, yeah. All right.
First shot, straight through. That's how you perform under pressure.
After a hard-fought battle, it all boils down to today.
11 p.m. on the East Coast, and we have news. There will be young children in the White House for the first time since the Kennedy generation.
I, Barack Hussein Obama, do solemnly swear.
And so it began. He faces a severe economic crisis at home and an increasingly dangerous world abroad.
I don't know how passing health care will play politically, but I know it's right. We are going to get this done. We are going to make history.
The most persistent fly I've ever seen. Nice.
Now, where were we?
I signed this bill for my daughters and all those who will come after us. So in love. We are not a nation that says, don't ask, don't tell. We are a nation that says, out of many, we are one. This is done. The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda. One of the first decisions that I made as president was to save the U.S. auto industry from collapse. I am sending this Congress a plan called the American Jobs Act. You should pass this jobs plan right away. This is a make or break moment for the middle class and for all those who are fighting to get into the middle class. Welcome home. Welcome home. If you stick with me, we're going to finish what we started in 2008. America, we have come so far. We have seen so much, but there's so much more to do.
For the fifth straight month, the U.S. economy lost jobs, 324,000 so far this year.
A meltdown in the mortgage industry.
This is the biggest point drop that has ever been seen in a day.
The worst financial collapse since the Great Depression.
This is cataclysmic.
American workers were laid off in numbers not seen in over 3 decades.
Whoever wins in November is going to come into office in January facing a deep recession, facing trillions of new liabilities.
This is a once-in-a-half century, probably once-in-a-century type of event.
Today, I say to you that the challenges we face are real. They are serious and they are many. They will not be met easily or in a short span of time. But know this, America, they will be met.
On the day Barack Obama took office, America had already lost 4.4 million jobs. An economic disaster, the worst in a generation. Some said America's best days were behind us. But like America, he dug deep, fought back, and never lost faith in our ability to meet the challenge. the president's stimulus plan saved up to 4.2 million jobs, including teachers, construction workers, police and firefighters working to build a stronger America. And when a flagship of the American economy was going down, his auto rescue forced companies and workers to retool and restructure, saving 1.1 million jobs.
Today, for the first time since 2004, all 3 U.S. automakers are operating at a profit. Don't bet against the American worker.
And now, instead of losing jobs, we're gaining them. The first increase in manufacturing jobs in a decade. And over the last 25 months, 4.1 million new private sector jobs. And while there's still more to do, there's been real progress. Because President Obama never stopped believing in us and fighting for us. He took on the credit card companies, stopping unfair fees and hidden penalties. Took on the Wall Street banks, too, fighting for tough new reforms to make sure they never again wreck our economy. He passed historic health reform, and now insurance companies can't deny children coverage for pre-existing conditions. Seniors pay less for prescriptions. Contraception coverage guaranteed. And by 2016, 32 million more Americans will finally have health coverage. Wind and solar power has doubled, but that's not all. Middle-class taxes at historic lows. College loans more affordable and easier to repay. Equal pay for women protected by an historic new law. Don't ask, don't tell. History. Hard work. Determination. Real results. But instead of working together to lift America up, Republicans were waging a campaign to tear the president down.
Virtually every Republican has decided to just say no to anything the president proposes.
Put me in the no column.
Vote no.
Vote no.
Republicans are getting a rap as the party of no.
Yesterday, in the end, not a single Republican voted for the bill, and apparently the relative merits of the legislation had little to do with it.
Our top political priority over the next 2 years should be to deny President Obama a second term.
And still, he persevered, here at home and as commander-in-chief.
Over the last 2 years, you've seen a depletion of the senior bench for al-Qaeda.
Anwar al-Awlaki has been killed.
Another huge victory in the war on terror.
And then there was the victory no one saw coming.
As an NBC News special report.
This is CNN Breaking News.
Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands of innocent men, women, and children.
This is truly one of those moments people will remember where they were when they heard Osama bin Laden is dead.
And now, the war in Iraq is over.
For nearly 9 years, our nation has been at war in Iraq. So as your commander-in-chief, and on behalf of a grateful nation, I'm proud to finally say these 2 words: welcome home.
A promise kept by a president who understands America's promise, who understands America's greatness comes from a strong, secure middle class. That's the America President Obama believes in. And that's what he's fighting for every day.
make or break moment for the middle class and for all those who are fighting to get into the middle class. Because what's at stake is whether this will be a country where working people can earn enough to raise a family, build a modest savings, own a home, secure their retirement. I believe that this country succeeds when everyone gets a fair shot, when everyone does their fair share, when everyone plays by the same rules.
And I believe America is on the way up. Thank you. God bless you. God bless the United States of America. It was a creed written into the founding documents that declared the destiny of a nation. Yes, we can. It was whispered by slaves and abolitionists as they blazed the trail toward freedom. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
It was sung
by immigrants as they struck out the shores of pioneers who pushed westward against the unforgiving wilderness. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
It was the call of workers to organize, women who reached for the ballots, a president who chose the moon as our new frontier,
and a king who took us to the mountaintop and pointed the way to the promised land.
Yes, we can to justice and equality.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes,
we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can to opportunity and prosperity. Yes, we can to opportunity and prosperity. Yes, we can heal this nation.
Heal this nation.
Yes, we can repair this world. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. We know the battle ahead will be long. But always remember that no matter what obstacles stand in our way, nothing can stand in the way of the power of millions of voices calling for change.
We want change. We want change. We want change.
We have been told we cannot do this by a chorus of cynics. It will only grow louder and more dissonant. We've been asked to pause for a reality check. We've been warned against offering the people of this nation false hope.
But in the unlikely story that is America, there's never been anything false about hope. I want change. I want change.
The hopes of the little girl who goes to the public school in Dillon are the same as the dreams of boy who learns on the streets of L.A.
We will remember that there's something happening in America.
That we are not as divided as our politics suggest. That we are one
people.
That we are one nation. And together we will begin the next great chapter in the American story with 3 words that will ring from coast to coast, from sea to shining sea. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.